Hey viewers, my name's Kara, and this is the next part of my bookshelf tour that I started before, for those of you who want to see what's on my bookshelf, book-wise. I decided I'm going to go shelf by shelf, so we're going to end up with a couple different videos. I'm not going to do the shelf of movies and CDs because that's not books, and I'm not going to do the shelf at the bottom that has my old school stuff because that's also not books. So I have 5 shelves to cover then, so this is one of those 5. So we're starting on my top shelf, and this is the shelf of nonfiction and then the beginning of my fiction section. Right now it also has some school stuff up there, so let's go through it all. I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way. Okay, here we go. So up here I have a folder of stuff from a class that I am the teaching assistant for this semester. This is the notebook from it, and this is one of the books from it that we're reading. It's Ramon the Rover. It's for a pirates class, so those things actually have to get packed up and go back to school with me. So now, moving on to the actual books on the shelf. The first thing up here on the top is Where the Wild Things Are, which I got at a garage sale because I actually never had this book as a child and I still haven't read it. I don't know why I still haven't picked it up and read it, but that's the first book up here. I haven't alphabetized it and put it in its proper space yet. It actually should be on the bottom shelf because of the S. But for now, it's up here with A Captain's Duty by Richard Phillips, which is also from the Pirates class when I TA'd it last year. But we're not using it again in the class, so I'm going to leave it here. Over here on the top, we have The Tale of Peter Rabbit and a bunch of other books of that nature by Beatrix Potter. Benjamin Bunny, Jemima Puddle Duck, Mr. Jeremy Fisher, Tom Kitten, and Squirrel Nutkin. I had those since I was little, so I kept those because I wanted to keep them. I have 1001 Things That Every Teen Should Know Before They Leave Home. I think I won that book, or I don't know who got it for me. This is generally the non-fiction, like, reference book type section, but I have the Brothers Grimm over here, annotated Brothers Grimm, because it fits there. It's a really tall book, so I didn't want to put it in the middle of the alphabet. I think I got this from a garage sale, but I also TA'd a class about fairy tales, and so I didn't have it when I was doing the class, but I got it afterwards. Merriam-Webster's Dictionary. Polio, An American Story by David Oshinsky. I think it's David. David M. Oshinsky. I really like when I can remember names. I had to read that for AP Biology in high school. Why Fairy Tales Stick by Jack Zipes. That's from the fairy tale class that I took as a freshman and then TA'd the following year. Leeson's The Invisible Hook and Marcus Rediker, Villains of All Nations are 2 more books from the pirate class that I TA, and I actually have to pack these up and take them back to school with me too. This has a really cool cover because it has that invisible hook on it. That's a book about pirate economics, and this is kind of about history and pirates from around the world. So we'll take those out of there, and then we have Folklore Matters, which is also from that fairy tales class. This is kind of a more critical essay type thing. Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul I've had for years and years, and I read it all the way through at least once, but I really don't pick it up anymore. The Best American Non-Required Reading was required for me, I think, freshman year for an English class, but we only had to read a few stories out of it, so I have not read this entire thing because it includes a lot. All of the best non-required reading from 2008. The Omnivore's Dilemma I had to read for a class. It was really good. If you guys don't know, it focuses on 3 different meals. One meal that's totally commercial produced, that kind of thing, and one that's kind of in between, and then the third meal is totally by himself, or I might have gotten those in backwards order. But anyway, it's 3 different kinds of meals and talking about how we eat and what we eat, what's in what we eat, and that's also where Fast Food Nation is from that same class. It was a writing class, but it was focusing on writing about food. Tracy Kidder, Mountains Beyond Mountains. I did a review video of this. I had to read it because I was TAing. I'm the teaching assistant for freshman colloquiums, and freshmen always have a summer required reading book, and so I read this with one of my freshman classes. It wasn't my required reading book. That one is on a lower shelf, so you'll see that in a later video, but I really enjoyed this book. I didn't think I would because it's about medicine, but it's really interesting. This guy's life is just awesome, Dr. Paul Farmer. And then Tracy Kidder came and spoke at my college, so I got to sort of meet him, not like shake his hand or anything, but still. I have a tour book type thing of London that my mom's friend gave me years ago because she knew that I would eventually be going to England. And I actually am going to England this upcoming spring, so maybe I should take a look at that book. Edith Hamilton's Mythology was required reading in my high school, but I absolutely love it, of course, knowing me. Greek and Roman mythology are my favorite. It's what I've been most familiar with, so I reread those stories sometimes, and it has a little Greek mythology bookmark in it too. The Bantam French and English Dictionary I needed in high school because I took French for several years. This is Goodnight Moon. Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. I had to read The Five People You Meet in Heaven in high school, and so I really liked that. I saw this at Half Price Books, I think, and so I bought this and read it. Also really great. If you guys haven't read Mitch Albom, do so. Maya Angelou, Wouldn't Take Nothing for My Journey Now. Bunch of her poems. I had to read that for a class, I think, in high school. Margaret Atwood, Oryx and Crake. I freaking love this novel. This was required reading for a class that I took last year, Genetics, Identity, and Popular Culture. Absolutely great. Post-apocalyptic world, doing a lot of things with genetic manipulation and creating hybrid animals and things like that. Kind of goes back to people thinking that this one person who has created a bunch of these things is the creator, kind of like a godlike figure. It's told from different points of view, and I really don't remember very many specifics about it now because it was a year ago, so I could be more specific if I remembered, but I don't. I don't know how to pronounce the title of this book. I've heard Northanger and Northanger. I have no idea, but it's going to be required reading because I'm going to England. It's going to be one of the things that I have to read, but I have to buy another version of it. I'm not allowed to use this one. I have to have a specific edition. So I might leave this book here, or I might bring it and just start reading it before I buy the other version. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen was required reading in high school, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm excited to be learning a lot about her when I go to England. I also have The Scarlet Letter here by Nathaniel Hawthorne, which I have not read, but I got it at a garage sale because I want to read it. It's on my reading list. Midnight Magic, I think I actually stole this from elementary school. We had a library in the classroom that we could read books from at any time, and one of my friends read it and she hated it, and then I read it and I loved it, and no one else in the class wanted it, and I knew that, so I just never returned it. The Wizard of Oz, which is a forever favorite of mine. Very old book, which I like. Priestess of Avalon by Marion Zimmer Bradley. I've read this twice now, once very recently and once years ago. Absolutely love it, and I finally watched the movie The Mists of Avalon, but I haven't read that book. I also have not read The Da Vinci Code, nor have I seen the movie, but I own it now so that I can read it. Got it at a garage sale. The Secret Garden I got from my mom, got it from someone, and I just read it this past summer. I had only seen the cartoon version when I was little, so this was very cool to get to read the original. Octavia Butler, Lilith's Brood. This is a collection, it's a trilogy. The first book, Dawn, was required reading for the same genetics class that Oryx and Crake was. I don't know how to describe these books, please just go look them up, but Lilith's Brood is also kind of post-apocalyptic. Earth is unlivable for humans now, and so this race of alien-type beings has saved several people, and they're trying to take what's good about human genetics for themselves and add some of their alien genetics to humans to come up with the best possible version, and so they're trying to teach humans how to live again, and so they can go back and live on Earth and repopulate. It's very creepy at times, it's very weird, but I love it. Look it up, read a summary, see if you like it. I haven't read the other two books in this yet, because I said it's a three-parter. Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. I got this from a little antique shop. My friend actually bought it for me. It was a couple of bucks. Into the Land of Unicorns and Song of the Wanderer by Bruce Coville. I got Into the Land of Unicorns when I was younger in elementary school, and then I got the sequel just recently at Half Price Books because I wanted to read it because it was so good, and the main character's name is Cara. I'm pretty sure they pronounce it Cara too, and it's with a C because her grandmother's name is Beloved, and Cara means beloved in Italian, so I'm pretty sure that it actually is pronounced Cara. So, very cool. Goes into a land where unicorns live and exist and has to, you know, fight bad things. And I have a Dresden Files comic book type thing because I started watching the TV show, and then my mom or my brother, somebody found this book and wondered if I wanted it, and I haven't read through the whole thing, and I never really got that much into the show, but I have it because I did watch the show, and there we go. And then the last book on this shelf is a Halloween activity book that I've had for years and years. It's just a bunch of cute little things for like kids to do at Halloween parties, and it has some recipes for drinks and cookies and decoration ideas and games and stuff like that. So those are the books on my top shelf, and I will see you next time in the book tour series for the second shelf, which is the one that you mostly see right behind me in videos. So get excited for that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.